Hey everybody, welcome to today's video blog post. One of the questions that I get quite frequently, especially now with this time of year coming on, is patients will start getting like flu-like symptoms, or they'll start having coughs or different things like that. A lot of people get upper respiratory issues, and first of all, most upper respiratory issues are viral. So, make sure that it is a bacterial infection before you go and get antibiotics for it. It's a whole series of blog videos on the negatives of antibiotics, especially when taken to treat viruses. They don't do anything for it. If you do get better, it's probably your body just beating it up in spite of the antibiotics, not with the help of the antibiotics. So please don't rush to your doctor to get antibiotics if you have a cold or an upper respiratory infection. Some upper respiratory infections can be bacterial, but for the most part they're usually viral. So just make sure that you know that before you put yourself on antibiotics. Okay, with that being said, a lot of people will ask me, why is my neck pain worse? Why is this pain going down my arm worse? Why is my low back pain worse, or the pain going into my legs worse when I'm having a coughing attack? And I wanted to kind of explain to you what the mechanism behind that was. If you'll remember, most of you, when you come in and we first start your treatments, we do a technique during your exam called the Valsalva technique. And I'll have you take a deep breath in, and you'll hold your breath, and then you'll strain like you're trying to pick up something heavy, or maybe straining to have a bowel movement. So I'll have you take a deep breath in, hold, and push like that. What that does is that increases what's called the intrathecal pressure. And there's a thecal sac that runs along the spinal cord and along the nerve fibers. And when you bear down like that and you increase that pressure, it increases the pressure on that intrathecal sac, which increases pressure on the nerve. Now, if you don't have inflammation, or if you don't have a disc or some kind of a space-occupying lesion, whether it's a disc or some kind of inflammation process or a cyst or something like that, if you don't have something like that going on, then when you bear down like that, you won't have an increase in symptoms. You won't have an increase in the pain going down the arm, or the pain going down the legs, or the back pain, or anything like that. For example, when I just did it, I had no pain whatsoever. I felt the pressure from doing it, but there was no discomfort and no pain. And you shouldn't have that pain either. But if you do have that pain, it's from there being either a disc derangement, or a disc bulge or herniation, or possibly something else going on in there that might need to get checked out. Well, how does that relate to coughing or sneezing even? Well, whenever you cough, you're creating that same amount of force, that same intrathecal pressure increase. Or when you sneeze, you have this same increase in the intrathecal pressure. And that's why that makes your back hurt. That's why it makes you have the pain going down the arm or down the leg. I can remember before I had my surgery, back when I was in my 20s, before I had surgery on my spine, I can remember, I would be driving in my truck, and if I felt a sneeze coming on, or if I felt a cough coming on, I would take my steering wheel and I'd push as hard as I could against my steering wheel to push my back against the seat as hard as I could, and try to take all the weight off my body so that when I sneezed, I didn't have gravity along with that pressure. Now, I didn't know that's what I was doing. I didn't know that that would try to alleviate some of that pressure, but I knew it made it feel a whole lot better if I coughed or sneezed. And again, that's just another factor. You've got the weight of your body coming down. That's a thecal pressure, and then you throw the cough or the sneezing on top of it. It could be too much for some people. So if you do feel a cough or a sneeze coming on, one of the best things that you can do is try to support yourself to where you're not carrying the weight of that body part. For example, in the low back, you're not carrying the weight of that low back being supported by you sitting on it or by standing on it. One thing you can do if you're standing and you can't get somewhere to support yourself is bend down and put your hands on your knees and kind of squat yourself and put the weight of your body on your hands. That'll take some of the pressure off the back. And then when you cough or sneeze, hopefully it'll make it feel better. So anyway, so that's why that happens. If you are having those symptoms, then that does indicate that there is something going on in your spine. Could be a disc issue, could be a disc herniation, bulge, or protrusion, or it could just be a disc derangement. all of which are things that we can help you with, and all of which are things that we can progress you towards fixing and hopefully not suffering from that anymore. So I hope this is informative. I hope this makes sense to you. If you do have this, even if you don't have back pain all the time, but you do notice an increase in your symptoms when you sneeze or cough, give me a call. Let's go ahead and get it fixed before it becomes a constant issue. As always, my hope for you is you take control of your health. Oh, I almost forgot. Last week I issued a challenge. It was called a Positivity Challenge. And I wanted you to put a plus on your hand, and I wanted you to spend one entire day being positive. No negative thoughts, no negative influences, no negative conversations, not watching the news, doing anything and everything that you could to be positive. And Kelly and I both did this, and it was on, I think Saturday that we did it. And we figured it'd be a good day to do it. You know, there's no work that day. We're out with the family. We're just having a good time. And it was pretty easy in the beginning. We, made it through the day, so, doing very well. But then we both got a little bit of bad news and stressed us both out a little bit. And man, you see that little positive when you got when you got some bad news, and it makes you mad at the positive. It's like, forget this positive thinking. And but that's what it was there for. So got our little frustrations out, expressed ourselves, and got ourselves back on track, and it turned out to be a pretty good day. And it made me personally very aware, and I already knew this, but it made me very aware of how one little trigger can trigger a series of bad thoughts, which can take you down a series of negative feelings, which can take you into a snowball effect, and really cause a lot of problems for you. And sometimes that little thought might just be something you heard on the news, or something you heard in a passing conversation that stressed you out a little bit, or caused any kind of a negative emotion, and that negative emotion can kind of swell and get bigger and bigger, and then before you know it, you're in a really, really bad place, and you're really stressed out, and you can't figure out why, and your brain starts snowballing to find all the reasons why, and then boom, you've got every reason in the world to be negative, and then you're just in a negative state. So that's one of the things that made me very aware of. I already knew that stuff. I try to watch myself, and I'll try to catch myself. If I catch myself going into negative feelings, I'll try to catch where that comes from. But having this little plus on my hand really brought that to my attention, and really helped me deal with it better and quicker. One of the consultants that I've worked with in the past used to say, that if you get bad news, or if you get something that really stresses you out, don't suppress the feelings. Give yourself a good 5 minutes to just experience it as much as possible. Get mad, yell, cry, do whatever it is that you have to do, but just feel it and get in there and just roll around in it and suffer through all these feelings. But after that 5 minutes is done, you better get that thought out of your mind, and you need to fix it. And that's a strategy that's kind of hard to use sometimes, but it helps you from welling this stuff up in your body and keeping it stored, because that's where, in my opinion, that's where a lot of illness and a lot of health problems come from, is stored up negative emotions. And if you can get these emotions out and then attack life with a clear head and a clear perspective, then a lot of times you can solve these problems, or a lot of times they just kind of solve themselves. So anyway, that was my experience, and I know that some patients have posted some stuff on here, and I've heard a lot of comments at the office about the experiences that people had, and I find it very, very interesting. If you had a specific comment that you'd like to make about how you felt about it, or if you haven't done it yet and you want to go through and do it, go back a couple blog posts and you'll see it. It's a challenge and positive attitude, I think is what I called it. And give it a shot, and then let us know how it works for you. So anyway, everybody have a great day, and again, please take control of your health. We're going into the flu season. This is the time when your immune system is under attack, and we're going into the holidays with a lot of poor diet habits, a lot of exercise gets pushed to the side, and a lot of negative health lifestyles. A lot of people don't keep up with their regimens, their adjustments, their exercise, rest, all this stuff, and take in a lot of negative chemical things by way of food, alcohol, and a lot of sugar and stuff. So our bodies are going to be under attack for these next couple months. So try to minimize that attack. Try to keep your health as much as possible. Try to keep yourself as strong as possible. Get your adjustments. Get your rest. Get your supplements to support your immune system. We've got some great supplements that Kelly and I use. I've done a video blog on that before, and you're welcome to check that out, or you can call the office. I'll be glad to tell you what we use. And anyway, you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next post. Have a great day. Bye-bye.